Okay, sorry I was late getting here, everyone, but I forgot your agendas. So we're ready to get started, and we will open with the prayer. Does anyone want to start with prayer? Not me. No? Okay, thank you, Sebastian.
Dear God, thank you so much once more for bringing us here today to work for the benefit of Xavier and the Xavier students and the Xavier community in general. Thank you so much for inspiring us and energizing us. Thank you so much for the blessings that we have all received attending Xavier and now the lives outside of Xavier and since Xavier. And thank you for continuing to inspire us and for helping us to energize the chapter.
Amen. Okay, so we're gonna open with the acceptance of agenda. So everyone should have a copy of it. Does anybody want to make any changes to the agenda before we move forward? Do you have a copy? Can somebody pass me an agenda and a financial statement? Anyone?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay.
I move to accept the minutes of
The agenda.
I mean the agenda.
All right. Second. All right. It's been moved and second, so we're going to accept the agenda as written. Questions? Sorry. All right, so the January meeting minutes, I actually, here you go, printed those off for you. Here's the front page. Here you go. Here you go, Sebastian. For the January meeting minutes, we have you, the recording secretary, Sebastian Hobson, read them. Yes, it should not that long.
Okay. Meeting convened January 19th. Meeting convened at 10:42 a.m. Chapter president presiding. Physically present, 13 adults, 2 children, attendees via Zoom. In addition, attendees via Zoom. Prayer led by Aaron Mercadal. Agenda accepted by attendees. Old business. November meeting minutes were accepted as read. Homecoming 2018. Board of Governors meeting, chapter report was presented at the BOG meeting. As well, a request was made that we have alumni dues instead of solely relying on chapter dues payments to support the NAA. New NAA president was receptive to the idea. Golf hold. We did not receive our golf hold as was paid for. Requires financial decision from the chapter. Moves to new business. Holiday party. Was well attended and generated a profit of $330. New business. Financial items requiring a vote. Homecoming golf hole. Denise explained the golf team failed to put out our golf hole information. They have agreed to provide us 2 holes for next year or to return our funds. Chapter voted to leave the funds and accept the 2 golf holes. Xavier 10 for sharing around $150 and very easy to set up. Customization to be investigated. One known price is $650, apparently much lower available. Reports and committee updates. Treasurer's report. Starting Club 5 balance as of November 10th, 2018, $12,474.35. Ending balance, $11,067.05. Detailed activity available in spreadsheet. Correspondence, outreach, report submitted by Chair Alessandra Thompson wrote. Chair has registered chapter for ASBC, HBCU College Fair, no registration fee. Event is Saturday, 23rd February 2019 at Walter E. Washington Convention Center in DC. Several members as volunteers. Several members needed volunteers.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think it was needed.
I think it's probably needed.
I think it's needed. Registration link for volunteers for above event provided to GBM by chair. Chair, thanks Reginald Salter for attending Alpha Phi Alpha College Fair, 10 November 2018, for Washington, Maryland. Scholarship needs to be up within the next 3 weeks. Mardi Gras Ball. Ball chair. Charles Brown agreed to chair the Mardi Gras Ball with his wife Tammy. DJ. Request was made for DJ submissions, suggestions for the upcoming ball. Photographer. Request was made for submissions, suggestions for photographer for the ball. Alumni networking event. Denise introduced the desire for an alumni networking event to connect alumni with new graduates, circulated a list for sign up. Other, general discussion of possible social events, social committee chair in need of help. Only has Denise Dunn and Andre right now, sorry. Denise mentioned that, for example, Western Bell is in St. Catherine's Drexel Feast Day, 3 March. Whatever we do does not have to be on that exact date. All XU chapters required to conduct a related activity. Give Love Xavier Day, 9 April, Tuesday before the ball. Chapter President reminded attendees that we meet 3rd Saturday of every month. Chapter President reminded attendees of meetings for participation in HBCU alum or meeting in DC, which is monthly. Stephen Johnson offered to go in February if no one else is going. Meeting adjourned at 12:05 p.m.
Hey, we had a motion to accept the meeting minutes as read. Are there any?
I think it said Give Love Xavier is 9 April on the second. But that's on.
I think that was what we said in the meeting. It is on the 2nd, yes, that's correct. Do we want to please amend the minutes? So we need to amend the minutes to show that the Give Love Xavier Day is actually on April 2nd and not on the 9th. And a motion to accept the meetings as amended, or should we?
I move that we accept the minutes as amended. Second.
So we move to second that. That should move forward unless there's any uncertainty. Okay. So let's move into admitted students reception. So that was held on the 9th of February, and it was well attended. We actually had quite a lot of alumni who showed up, and I was super proud of all of the alumni that we had. So I was super proud of. We had I think I was speaking to Jasmine, who's the VP of. I was speaking to Jasmine, who is the VP of admissions, and she was saying we had about 60 students who came out in attendance and a fantastic amount of alumni. So I was super proud of all the alumni who showed up, and all those kids were super impressed to be there. They were impressed with our alums. A lot of doctors in the room, of which I am not one. Look, so I'm always like, yay, come out, and Calandra came out, she's like, yeah, I'm looking for the data scientists. So that was pretty exciting for the kids. So it was really well attended. It was a great chance for the students to connect with the alumni. So I was super proud of everything that happened. Before, and it's not here on the thing, and I meant to put it on here, I wanted to acknowledge the Black Coffee Company for coming out and providing the coffee for our meeting this morning. For those of you who are on the Zoom meeting, you cannot smell how wonderful it is in this room, but it smells amazing. I am gonna get some, but I missed my chance because I was running late. So thank you so much, guys, for coming out. And this is Xavier grad, of course, as well. Leonard.
I can give a short background about this.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So my name is Leonard Lightfoot. I graduated in 2004 with a degree in computer engineering. So, like we said, the founders are all from Xavier, all attended Xavier, 5 alum. Jamin Butler, Gino Jones, Chris Bowden, and Brandon Cole. So we all attended Xavier in the early 2000s. We graduated, maintained contact, partied, went to homecoming, went to All-Stars. But then in 2015, we had a sort of an aha moment. It was like, let's start, pulling our resources together and invest together. So we started an investment club, and we've been doing that for a couple of years. And they're like, let's start a business. And but the challenge was that we're all in 5 different states. So how do you start a business with us being remote? So we, for months and months, threw out ideas, start tutoring, education, do this. We all started to realize we had a passion for the community. And then one moment, one call, it was all on a video call, and we all were drinking coffee. Well, not all, the majority was drinking coffee. Let's try coffee. So we took action items. Let's go research the industry. Oh, it's the #2 commodity in the world. Oh, it is a crowded space, but hey, everybody loves coffee, right? So we was like, let's do it. And we just launched last year, March of 2018. So we just had our 1-year anniversary, and it's the birth of Black Coffee. It was the perfect vehicle to kind of channel our passion. We all had a passion for the community, and nothing speaks of community than coffee. We think of a coffee shop, it brings people together. And it's like, this is the perfect vehicle that we can kind of channel our passion of financial freedom, entrepreneurship, and community empowerment. So this is like the perfect vehicle for us to do all 3 of the things that we want to do. And we sell, organic coffee beans. We partner with a roaster in Ohio. So this is fresh. This was just roasted this week. We have very, very fresh organic coffee. We sell branded merchandise as well. And the future is basically up to us. We've slowly realized, the question like, why are we doing this? And then we realized it's mostly for the community and for our kids, just an opportunity to leave something for them and build on generational wealth and create a legacy. So that is our story. And then also, in the spirit of Give Love Xavier, we're donating all of the sales from March 1st to April 2nd. 15% of our proceeds will actually go to
Give Love
Give Love Xavier. So.
Fantastic. So thank you so much, Leonard. I'm so proud that you're a Xavier, right? And I'm proud that you came to our meeting. And I am going to have some coffee. So the UNCF Gala, so I just have this on here. It's just an item to let you guys know that I went. If you don't follow us on social media, you didn't get a chance to see the pictures. But I went, Elise was there, Kim Reese, Jennifer, who's also in the area, was there. Of course, our president, Dr. Verrett, was there. And 2 more people were there, at least. The lady I was sitting next to.
Lois Rule was there with
Okay.
me, and I don't, Marcy White and whoever was with Marcy. I don't know who she was.
I can't remember her name. I wrote it, I got her card and wrote it down, but she was funny because she said, I'll give a little bit to UNCF, but I only like to give to Xavier. I can't be mad at that. So that was the UNCF Gala. So if you don't follow us on social media, make sure that you start following us on social media. So on to new business. So we do have financial items that do require a vote. I put those on here first. So all our financial members are able to vote on 2 things. One of them is a Xavier tent, and the other is the step and repeat. So that is these that I have numbered on here. So I made copies 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what we need, I'm going to circle these around. What I'd like to do, because I have financial items requiring a vote on the top, if I may, I would like to push this item closer to the end so that you guys have a chance to look at the step and repeats, because we have to make a choice on which 1, 2, 3, or 4 that we're going to choose for our chapter. Does anybody have a problem with moving this to the bottom? No? Okay. The next thing is the treasurer's report.
Okay. So we have a beginning balance of $11,067.05. We saw an income of $400 in dues, $6,741.14 in Mardi Gras tickets, which gave us an income of $7,141 $41.14. We incurred expenses in meeting refreshments, Mardi Gras last year decorations, Mardi Gras paper tickets, this year photography services, DJ services, our post office box renewal, our website maintenance, and PayPal fees and Eventbrite, which made our expenses $883.88, with a total revenue of $6,257.26, giving us an ending balance of $17,324.31. Are there any questions about the?
I did have one correction to
Okay.
your report. You had listed that you had like 6,000 some odd in tickets sales.
Yes.
So $150 of that we received was not for tickets. That was a donation.
Okay.
That was a the ball donation.
It's not a ticket sale.
No,
Okay.
it was actually not a ticket sale that came in from Made with Love Catering.
I
So
saw
they're
that,
one of
yes.
our donors.
I'll move this bill without continuation.
Those 2018s already 2019.
No, that's decoration from last year that we haven't paid. We reimbursed
No,
it.
we repaid it.
You know, I said we reimbursed it.
Oh, okay, yeah, we just received the
The
information for it in 2019.
Are there any other questions?
The Mardi Gras tickets included PayPal, Eventbrite?
Yes, it included PayPal and the paper ticket sales.
I made a deposit of about $2,000.
Okay, well, please move it.
In the decorations, it says Mardi Gras.
Okay.
I noticed that the first one,
That will also be.
and the second one under DJ service. You're all correct.
Is y'all-
Sound like a new business someone has to start.
Okay.
Mardi Gras.
Okay.
Brazil card one.
So the doorbell y'all hear going off are people entering the Zoom meeting.
If anybody wants to pay their dues today, I'll take checks.
All right.
Wait.
Play them online on
And the
PayPal.
check, and the dues will cover you until June 2000.
Yeah, that's right.
So you can share that.
Yes, checks can be paid to XULA.
Not to the bank, it's State University,
Of Louisiana,
State University of Louisiana.
For
They can do club number 5.
Club number 5.
Yeah, State University of Louisiana, club number 5.
Spell it out,
Okay.
State University.
You got it?
The university.
Okay. And Elise mentioned, so I don't know if everybody heard, but for those who pay their dues today, that does cover you, actually, not even just today, but from today through the end of June, that covers you through June 30th, 2020. Yeah, and, okay. Any other questions regarding the treasurer's report? I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
We move to accept the report.
I move that we accept the report
Okay.
as with the corrections,
Yes.
with the stated corrections. Question?
Was it seconded?
I'm waiting.
I second it.
You
Okay.
can't second it. You can't second it. I can't move.
I move that.
Somebody asking a question?
Was it Elise moved that it was accepted and Mary accepted?
I can't see. I'm gonna go into the, I can't see, I'm sorry, y'all. I can't see on the little screen, so I'm just gonna make this larger. 1 second. I'm gonna go into the Zoom meeting on my laptop so I can see. Okay. All righty. So the treasury report's been accepted. Our corresponding secretary is not here. It says Amber Robbins, so I'm going to read the correspondence that we have. Okay, so we received a message from, oh, bless you, Nicole Marshan Golden, as a follow-up from our Board of Governors conference. So we have, for those of in leadership on the chapter, quite a lot of people from our area, but we have a Board of Governors phone call that we have. And so it said alumni and chapter leaders just to follow up on a few things from the Board of Governors teleconference regarding websites and social media. Please share any local websites or social media addresses to our NAA mailbox so we can distribute them among all chapters. You can also share on the NAA social media site at XUNAA1. We want you to get your link up. We want you to get your link up the alumni page of the university website. Please make sure your chapter's contact information is correct on the XULA website. Social media best practices, limit admin access to 3 to 4 trusted members of the chapter. Only post items that highlight alumni achievement, university information, recommendations, networking, and chapter events. Avoid negativity and people selling. Vet memberships to your group. This is specific to Facebook. You may want to set up questions to vet new members. You may want to have an admin approved post before they appear on your page. Appoint younger alumni to handle Instagram and Twitter to get them involved. Well, I do just fine. But let's see, calendar. I'm young. I'm young. Calendar. Look, we all in our feelings about young. I'm young. So calendar events, please provide the NAA and the alumni office a full calendar of your events. Calendar year 2019 is preferable. Enrollment liaison committee, please document any issues you come across from prospective parents or students in regard to the application, financial aid, or enrollment process at Xavier. Our goal is to provide feedback that will make the process and experience better. And XU Alumni Leadership Conference, please mark your calendars. And then she had a second note to us. All chapters affiliates, please send your website and social media info link, and also need an electronic copy of your bylaws. So we have complied with everything that they've requested of us regarding that. And let's see, second correspondence from Lucretia Jones. Good morning, Xavier leaders. Give Love Xavier Day is approaching fast, April 2nd. If your chapter intends to have an event, please send me a flyer so it can be posted on social media and on the Give Love Xavier website. And Kimberly Reese, good morning. We will be ordering the step and repeats for chapters on Monday. Please let me know what design you desire. If you click on the attached designs, I've got printed copies for you. You will notice a number 1, 2, 3, or 4. Please respond with your chapter name and design number. I know that there was some discussion in regards to pricing. However, after some research, it has been determined that the quality of these step and repeats are elevated, which reflects the higher price. The Office of Alumni Relations ordered one several months ago, and we are extremely pleased by the quality and ease of setup and breakdown. If your chapter is having financial difficulty with this purchase, please contact me in a separate email. So I'll have to bring up the email that had the prices. I want to say it was in the $400 range, so it wasn't like super expensive. But I'll bring that up again so we can discuss the price when we come back to that. So that was just the correspondence we had. We don't have an outreach report because we currently don't have any additional outreach events. So nothing else has come forward regarding that. I did, regarding outreach, have some notes from our last meeting. For those of us who attended the Alfred Street Baptist Church HBCU fair, there were about 10 volunteers, which is phenomenal. However, we were overrun because kids want to go to Xavier because they want to be doctors. So you can't be mad at kids wanting to go to Xavier, want to be doctors. And we definitely need more men. So that's one of the things I have listed here, if I do say so here. We had about 300 people who turned in contact cards. Of those 300, 57.6% were women. 21 point, shut up. That's always the case, right? We always have more women. But like, we had 57.6% were women, 21.6% were men, and 20.6% did not identify whether they were male or female. Of the 10 volunteers we had, 1 was a male. No, absolutely no. Don't dab it up. Don't do that. But we really need the men to show up. And I cannot impress upon you how important it is for young people to see our men, to see that people who look like you go forward and excel, and they're doing it and you can too. So if you don't have a lot of time, I understand you might not be able to join a committee or chair a committee, but if you could find an hour or 2 within a year that you can volunteer at 1 or 2 of these events, it's really important. So we really do need more male participation for these events. But I did follow up with Jasmine Brown, that's the VP of admissions, regarding that. And I had a list of things that I would like to see improve moving forward. Of that is that I would like for us to have, to do away with contact cards. There could be a better way than contact cards. Obviously, if the event is of a certain amount, we need them to be there. So they really should have been at that event. And then Jasmine was telling me that our outreach coordinator is supposed to coordinate with them. And I said, well, how would we know that? So I have asked her to join the Board of Governors call, because I would like for other chapter presidents to know that if this is written down or this is some governance guidance that they normally have, I wasn't aware. And I think a lot of other people might not be aware. So I just want that shared moving forward. So we had a really good discussion. I talked to her for about an hour, and then I sent her a follow-up message of all of the things that we would like to see, including a fact sheet on the website, a dedicated area for recruiters, a fact sheet on the website so that we can easily find updated information when people ask us about majors or tuition or average SAT scores or sports or anything like that. Those are the kind of questions the kids were asking that we had to, we're scrambling to find the information because it's just not readily available.
When they are hosting these events, do they have a QR code that the kids can just shoot, go straight to a website and put that information in, as well as receive the information you're talking about? Because I mean, when you have only say 2 or 3 people behind that table and 10 to 20 kids walk up, that's what you do.
The answer is no.
No.
So the way that we've been receiving information from them is through contact cards. I looked at a few of the 300 we received. I can't read all of those kids' writing. So I mean, no. And I don't know that they can necessarily read my writing. And that's why I requested, and she was saying there is a CRM tool that we could employ, so that might be great that they can just, at the events, I said if we have to have tablets or laptops, let us know, because everybody, I got 3 laptops at my house right now. People can sit there and just type in their information, and then it's immediately at the information, because the other thing that has to happen with those 300 cards I sent off from that last event, then somebody has to input that information if they can read what the kids wrote and then respond, and that's a delay. And I can promise you, they want to know today if they got in, because there were schools there who were doing on-site acceptance. Xavier refuses to do that, and I pushed, and she said, no, I absolutely have no intention whatsoever in doing that, and I'm not even looking at it, so I just let it go. But we can continue to push for that moving forward. So that's just just giving you guys a little notice. We need our men to show up, but we don't have anything currently in place right now coming up for outreach, but just expect, like in the fall, we'll probably start up again. So we'll be looking for men. And when I put out the call for men, I just know I'm going to get so many responses. I'm going to have to beat you guys off. It's going to be so many men who's like, yes, I want to help. I'm going to speak it into existence. I know it's good. Okay, so the next thing is social. And I do not have a social committee report. Our social committee chair is also not here. But what we do have coming up as far as social is the trivia for the culture. And that is occurring on March the 19th at the Caged Bird in DuPont Circle at 1723 Connecticut Avenue Northwest. And that's going to be at 6:30 p.m. We don't currently have a team name for our team. So if you want to come up with a team name, I know 2 of us are going. So Levon is going and I'm going. If anybody else wants to go, I love a happy hour. So they said it was going to be discounted food and drinks. So I'm going to be there representing for our team. You know, we can think of a good name. So the other social committee event we have coming up is Give Love Xavier Day. That's going to be on April 2nd, of course, the Eleanor, 100 Florida Avenue Northeast, Washington, D.C., between 5:30 and 7:30 p.m. As usual, we will have our computers and tablets there with Wi-Fi access, so you can make your donation there. Here's the one thing, because Lucretia Jones, I keep wanting to call her Lucretia James, because I know that was her name.
She used to be Jane.
Okay,
Yes.
Lucretia Jones. See, she messed me up with the 2 J's. So Lucretia Jones has asked that if we wanted to have a site for DC, for the DMV Alumni chapter. So we didn't have one last year, and so some other chapter won, but the year before when we did, we killed it. So if y'all want to have a DMV Alumni chapter link, I'll go ahead and have a page set up for us. It's up to you if that's something you're interested in.
That's when, like, for the competitions, right?
Right, when they say how much did each area raise. And you can usually choose more than one thing. Like I chose class of 98, I chose DMV, and I think those were the only 2 I chose. But if you're interested in having one, speak now, or I will move on to the next thing.
It doesn't cost anything to set it up, right?
No, it doesn't cost us anything.
This is a challenge.
It's just a challenge. So we're good. You're going to give to Xavier anyway. You might as well count it for our area, right?
Right. It's like social media bragging rights.
That's it. It really is social media bragging rights. And who doesn't want to win that? So I'm going to go ahead and have a page set up for us then. And I'll send the link out on all of our social media. So usually you'll see it on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and our website. Yes. All of those things will have the link on there so that you can make sure you donate through us if you don't come to the event on the 2nd. But you should come to the event on the 2nd. Okay, next agenda item is scholarship.
Scholarship will be put after that matter was resolved, we will discuss earlier.
All righty, our scholarship is live though. So if you have any kids who meet the requirements, make sure that they apply for the DMV chapter scholarship. Okay.
What's the date on that?
May 12th. 11:59. Okay, the next.
How much is the scholarship?
This is a $1,000 scholarship to a first-time incoming freshman to Xavier University. They have to be from Maryland, DC, or Virginia. Okay, let's see, what else? After scholarship, Mardi Gras ball. So neither of our Mardi Gras ball chairs could be here. I'm going to let Theron go ahead and report on where we are because I'm talking a lot. While he's reporting, I'm just going to sneak away and get some coffee.
How many tickets are we up to now?
89.
You just heard that. We're up to 89 tickets. The deadline for the ball is March 30th, that you need to purchase your tickets. You know, the ball is April 13th, that's Saturday, at the Fontainebleau on April 13th. So we urge you to get those tickets. Of course, we are ahead of Dillard, and we intend to pack the ballroom out with as many Xavier grads as possible. It is a benefit event. It's benefiting, of course, the scholarship fund. We currently have everything in place. There's a walkthrough scheduled for Monday with the committee to joint committee, I should say, because you know it's between us and Dillard. And so they're going to walk through and approve the setup and finalize the menu. Currently, we're trying to do the same thing we had last year, which is at the Fete menu, depending on how many tickets we sell and whether or not we pack the place out. We may have to go with a sit-down dinner to eliminate the buffet so that we have more space because we have to have a dance floor. So right now we're looking at if we go ahead and max out at I think 235 is the max.
135.
135 for us, but 235 total. So we can move to a larger room, and in that larger room, that will accommodate the dance floor. So if you haven't purchased the tickets, we urge you to purchase them now. We are on schedule from where we were last year, and we were very successful. We want to make this a growing event every year. So if you haven't gotten your tickets, go ahead and get your tickets. Get two and find a date if necessary or friend. Now, did the postcards go?
To the who?
Postcards.
The huh?
The postcards.
Oh, the postcards. Yes, postcards went out. So you probably see those. I don't know, however long it takes for regular mail from New Orleans to here.
So you should be getting a postcard, and that's one of the major things on a postcard is, of course, to hit the people who don't come to meetings, and of course, who are not on social media, to ask them. So we really need to get you to get those tickets. We do also want to do a phone tree, and we want to call people for two reasons. One thing is to attend the ball, and the second thing is, of course, we have, I think, 700 in this area.
Right.
We should be out of this room and in a bigger place for our regular meeting. So if you can help with the calls, we have 2 sheets. Put your information on there, and we will contact you by email with a list of people for you to call, as well as a script to try and make contact with some more people and get them involved. And of course, I'm gonna urge you that if you have fellow alumni that are friends of yours, there's nothing wrong with taking the information that you find on social media and of course send it to them directly. So you can do that by text, you can do that by messenger, smoke signal, what have you. But certainly at the next meeting, we hope that each one will reach one and bring one with them. And I think that encompasses everything except for next year. We talked about the ball possibly being on a scheduled event. Right now, we're looking at the third Saturday in April, but as you know, Easter is a movable feast, and as well as Mardi Gras. So we kind of want to get past a couple of things. One, we're trying to sell land, and two, of course, we're trying to get beyond Easter. So it may be that we get a little bit later than that, like fourth Saturday in April, so that every year we would know on the fourth Saturday in April that we're gonna have the Mardi Gras ball, no matter when the Lent or Mardi Gras falls. And of course, we are desperately avoiding any type of blizzard event. So that's why we're not closer to January before Mardi Gras or whatever in this area. So if you have any suggestions, of course, you always welcome your criticism, points of positive exceptions, soliloquies. I used to be able to say it quickly, or anything else to say. Also, I move that the report be accepted on the Mardi Gras ball.
That was a second.
I move.
He moved from his.
I move. I move that it be accepted. She seconded.
Right. Well, I was just saying it was a second.
No, I gave the report.
You can give, the committee can move there. That's okay. All right.
Moved in seconded, and we're gonna go.
Is there any uncertainty? Everybody in favor, say aye. All right. Oh, y'all so excited? Y'all didn't have any coffee? Okay, so Mardi Gras ball. So what I will say for volunteers needed, we are a small committee of people who have been working very, very hard. And I think on the Mardi Gras ball committee on the Xavier side, there are probably more on the Xavier side than on the Diller side, but on the Xavier side, it's been like a weekly telephone call on Wednesday nights that people have been doing, finding information, finding DJs, finding photographers. And so this small group of people has been working tirelessly. I would not like to ask them to call 786 people. Many hands make light the work. So if you can call 10 people, just say, hey, I can only call 10. That's how much time I can give you. I can call for 1 hour, however many I can get in that 1 hour. I'd appreciate it. But please sign up. Any of you on the Zoom as well, if you could please sign up and help us with phone calls, I'd appreciate it. Because that's going to be a heavy lift for people who've already been overstretched. Okay. Washington School for Girls. So this is actually a mentoring and volunteer opportunity. So in the last administration, it was a continually brought up. I know Andre really wanted us to do a mentoring event. And I don't know that it took any legs, but Beth Reeves, who is the mother of Jordan Reeves, who also went to Xavier. So if you came to the admitted students reception, Jordan was one of the young men that was speaking. He was the young guy at the admitted students reception who went to Xavier. His mom is the head of the Washington School for Girls, and they are a Catholic independent institution that they have girls between grades 3 and 8. And what they're looking for is either mentorship, that you can continually ongoing be a mentor to the girls. It is not restricted to women. It can be males as well. I know y'all want to step up, men, so I don't want to tell you you couldn't do it. There's also some volunteer opportunities. So they very much need, let me look at my notes. They, so as far as mentorship, they try to maintain a relationship and mentor the girls through high school. The volunteering mostly occurs during the school day, and they have right now a great need for math tutors and STEM practitioners. I'm gonna be honest, that's not me. I'm not math, I'm not. But I know that you guys are. So, and I don't know, it's grades 3 through 8, so I might be strong on the 3rd grade math. Might be. But so they need some math tutors and STEM practitioners. It is a year-round school, so they take a brief break in like June and then they're back in July. So there is an ongoing opportunity. I met with Ms. Reeves on the Wednesday this past week and talked to her for about an hour, I think. So just to get a sense, it might not have been an hour, it might have been like 30 minutes, just to get a sense of kind of what she was looking for. And so if any of you have any interest whatsoever, I'm just gonna write down on this piece of paper that it doesn't have to be a lot. We can just go in and volunteer and maybe just talk about your experience. They really, because these are little girls, they look like us. And so they really need to see when they get volunteers in, they don't necessarily look like us. And so they really need to see people who are looking like them. The school is in Anacostia, Southeast area, and it's all funded by donations. And so if we can in any way participate, help, volunteer, I would love for us to do that. And it can be an ongoing partnership with our chapter. And so that's pretty much it for that. I wanted to put it on your radar. I'm going to circle a sign-in sheet. If anyone has any desire, even a little bit, to just talk to the girls, if all you want to do is talk about your experience, maybe entrepreneurship or something like that, I think it would be wonderful for them. And I think it would really make a difference for them. So I'm going to float around a sign-in sheet for anyone who might have any interest. And I was gonna print it, but when I tell y'all I wake up in the morning, I be struggle city. So I meant to print a sign-in sheet and I just didn't, sorry. So I'm gonna write on here and then float that around. And that is the Washington School for Girls Mentoring Volunteer Opportunity. The next thing is the DCHBCUAA.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Usually when we go into these schools, at least in the public schools, we have to get police clearance and all that kind of stuff. Do you know if that's going to be something that we have to do?
Yes. So if you're going to do the mentoring, we would have to do you have to do the screening. I think it's like a little background check and they might take your fingerprints. If it's just the volunteering, like you were just going to go in and speak for the day, you don't. So it just depends on how involved you want to be. And if we have enough people who say that they're interested in actually becoming mentors, then maybe we can coordinate on the chapter level to do something that we can just have everyone go through. Yes?
If you already had a background check, is that transferable or is that accepted?
I can't answer that. I would have to defer to the school. My thought would be no. In Delta, we don't allow people to do that. They make us do it over and over again. Like all of us who might have government clearance, it doesn't transfer, so we still have to go through it. So I'm gonna say it's probably similar, but we can, I'll defer to Ms. Reeves, who's also a Delta. Isn't that wonderful? Is it just me? Okay, okay. All right. I know it's a bunch of Epsilon Tau in here, it's fine. Okay, let's see, the walk run. So just to put this on your radar, the DCHBCU Alumni Alliance Walk Run is June 29th of this year. This is a wonderful way for you to get in shape and to raise money for Xavier University of Louisiana. 100% of your fee goes to Xavier scholarships from our chapter. So right this year, we're currently set to give 1 scholarship because that's how much money we can afford, right? But if we could continue to raise money for our scholarships, we could do so much more for kids. Like when we had our send-off last year, that was a phenomenal amount of people. And we had, how many kids did we have come out? if we could have sent all of those kids off to Xavier with a scholarship, that would have been so great. Because we had to have 20 kids at least.
I don't remember, it was at least 10 or more.
I know we had more than 10. But if we could have sent 10 kids off with $1,000 scholarship, that would have been so phenomenal. Or if we had to send them off with each $500
You give
scholarship.
them a book scholarship too, you know.
I mean, but if we could.
Right.
And what's preventing us from doing that is the coins. So if you would register for this walk run and I don't know if you're gonna get out there and walk it or run it, but it's not a negative. Think about your New Year's resolutions and you want to get back into it. You just think about it and you say, hey, I can do this. I can pay my money. $40 if you pay by May the 1st, excuse me, it's $40 to register. After May the 1st, it's $45. And then after June, it's like 50 or something. But it all goes to Xavier, 100% of it. And a percentage of, because they have sponsors, even we get a greater percentage over your amount that you give. So you should definitely sign up. I sign up every year. I don't necessarily walk and run every year, struggle, but I'm still signing up so that the money goes to Xavier. So,
you could be at the desk giving out water or something,
well,
like that, helping people.
well, we have to. So we are required to have so many volunteers to get our scholarship funds, which we did not get last year because we didn't meet the requirement. But that will be the only year that we don't meet the requirement. That's never going to happen again. So we do have to have.
That number, yeah.
I think we have to have 2 or 3 volunteers at the event. I don't know. Jamila might know better.
It needs to be, I think, at least 3.
Okay, Jamila has the information, so she can give the information. I forgot to put that on here. So basically, there should be an item that says DCHBCUAA. But I only have the walk run on.
All the events that they have.
Yeah, because every event that they have is an opportunity for us to raise money. Like when we had in February, there was the basketball event, the HBCU night. So the money from that, for whoever attended, which it appears it was just me. So anybody who went to the HBCU night, that money, like a percentage of money from that ticket went to scholarships for our chapter. Everything that we do with them is scholarship money for our chapter. So as much as we can participate, we should participate.
So does it count if you accumulate the number of people who participate at the different events? It has to be so many minimum at each event.
No, I think for I'm going to defer to Jamila as well, but I want to say we're required to participate in so many events. And then at the walk run, to get the money from that, we have to have so many volunteers.
Yeah, I'll go over that because they just approved their MOU and that was sent out to all the chapters to sign. And there are some requirements in order for us to get the money.
Okay. The next thing is the Alumni Leadership Conference. Though this is something new that Xavier has had. They've never had an Alumni Leadership Conference before. It's supposed to be June the 20th through the 23rd in Chicago, which is the same weekend as the Chicago chapter's jazz brunch. That's very smart of them. That's very smart. But so it's the same weekend as their jazz brunch, but it's $100 is the registration fee. They have not given us an agenda of what will be covered on a very high level. They've just said it's a networking opportunity, also time to talk about chapter development, developing leaders in the chapter, meeting with the National Alumni Association and bringing forward concerns and that type thing. So it'll be the first of its kind. It is supposed to occur June the 20th through the 23rd, 2019, Chicago, Illinois. We don't have a hotel or anything else like that yet. They just opened it up for registration. That's it. 2019 freshman send-off.
Okay, yeah, so the number one feedback for last year's send-off was space and parking. So we've been looking at parks and community centers so far. I've looked at Rock Creek Park. Well, first of all, our tentative date is August the 3rd. I believe that was our agreed upon date for.
Like the first weekend in August.
It is.
You said it's
And,
what?
So no, I was saying, we're going.
Yeah, it's the first weekend in August. So it was $65 for Rock Creek Park, but they are not available until 3 o'clock. That's a bit late in the day for us, but they also have the 10th for 9:30 to 1:30 if we were interested in moving the date. It has a capacity of 75 people. Also, I've looked at Haynes Point. That is $90, and it is available on August the 3rd with a capacity of 75 people, 70 parking spaces, but there are no shelters. So if it happens to rain that day, it is what it is. Watkins Park wanted $325, but they are available on August 3rd with shelters provided. And I've also looked at Anacostia Park, but they all want permits, and they want me to call the office, and they didn't even specify if that date was available. So I'm gonna circle back with them. But if anyone else has any other places that we should look into.
I know, well, it would depend on whether we realistically think anybody would come to Alexandria. Because I know last week Alexandria popped up in discussion on the phone.
Mhm.
And there are, people who be arrested, we mentioned hospital, but there are a couple of different places in Alexandria that would be really good, including one that I know of that, it would require an Alexandria resident code, something. That would be part of the trick, but it's, if they haven't changed the fees, it's only like, security deposit. No, there is no security deposit. Anyway, the only fee was like $50. And I'm familiar with it because I used to actually manage the area where this is. So it's a really nice big gazebo that people use for weddings and all kinds of things, especially in the summer. And again, it would be refreshing that the people would be interested in going to. And now that I think about it, that's also in Washington, two different really nice parks, one of which have a lake.
That's an outdoor event. Outdoor event.
You said, does it need to be?
Yes, it needs an outdoor event.
It doesn't, but that was what we were moving towards because we were in someone's home. And last year, there was at least 70 people there. That was, it was a little tight.
There are some churches that have rooms that are available in DC. I haven't checked on any, but I know sometimes they are available. And usually the churches have parking, and they usually have kitchens where, you can heat up food and stuff like that. Sometimes food is brought in that needs to be heated. So those are just some possibilities I'm looking into I know about that are in DC. And it doesn't mean that we have to be in DC, but I know those are two that we use.
Thank you.
So you can get into the problems with the churches and funerals and stuff like that. But I'm sure.
Okay. Anything else regarding freshman send-off? So I know we are very focused on the Mardi Gras ball because that's what's coming up very quickly. But the freshman send-off is like our next large event, and it's like right around the corner, guys. So as soon as we get to like take a nap from the Mardi Gras ball and you snuggle in, you're gonna wake up and we have to start planning for this too. So I am.
Places get books fast.
Let me see.
Who makes the final decision on
We'll go vote.
Yeah,
when we gonna decide? Would you ask?
Our next meeting is May.
May the 18th. So and then we are on break. So we need to make a decision on a location, May the 18th. So bring your best. So we really need to light a fire under making a decision between now and May the 18th. Let's see. So I am going to circle back now to the financial items that required a vote. The first was the tent. So we have a Xavier, which is Red Diamond Digital. So he did a couple of the people's websites. And that was, I think he did Houston's, he did Dallas's, and that was $875 for the 10 by 10 tent. And that is 4 panels with designs on the 4 panels, as well as, I think that includes shipping, right, Jamila? Did that include shipping? That included shipping. The other option, Theron sent an option for another company, so I'm not sure of the quality, but I'm sure it's fine because they're a commercial company, but theirs was, they're having a sale. And so with the sale price, it was $626 for 4 panels for a 10 by 10 tent. So have you used them before?
No, but I'm familiar with the quality because I used to work for Size Out and doing those, and those, I mean, you saw the different kinds, were a whole lot better. Of course, I'm always more in favor of using the HBCU grad, and I wanted to say that one was the Xavier grad.
Yeah, so that would have been with the sale, because I looked at it again this morning. It was before, it was about $100 difference. So right now it's $200 difference because they're having a sale. So
Does that include design?
that includes the 4 panel design. So it's not my money. Ultimately, it's your money. I got a little bit in the game, but not all of it. So y'all have to make a decision on whether you want to go, because we do need a tent. So you need to make a decision on whether we're going to go with Red Diamond Digital, which is the Xavier, or whether we're going to go with the Canopies Plus, which was $676. It was like $670 something with the tax.
Yeah, but the thing about the reason why those are more expensive is, 1, they were commercial, and 2, their legs were a little bit different. They were stronger and different than the regular square ones that you see with the little thumb latch, the top mount in the hole. So, I mean, that one was a little bit more professional for someone who's gonna set up at a fest or event, you know, regularly.
So
About the Xavier?
The other one.
the other one,
Company.
so the only thing I would recommend if we're gonna get either Xavier or the other person, we need to buy sandbags or whatever to hold it down. So, but that would be it. So let me see what the final price would have been on that. So we need
We're
to,
gonna do it, then what we do is
it's gonna,
plastic buckets with the concrete in the bottom. Those are more permanent and heavier weight than sandbags.
you said a concrete bucket?
You normally take a bucket and fill it with a quickcrete.
Who's
And
gonna
that's gonna
carry
be,
that?
they stack up inside each other. That's easier than having sand all over your trunk.
Let's cross that bridge when we come to it. We need to make a financial decision on the tent, whether we're going to go with Red Diamond Digital at $875, or if we're going to go with, let's see. Oh, I gotta put a zip code in here, 20792. I gotta put the zip code in here to get the tax. But it's gonna come in probably about $100, $150 cheaper. What is your pleasure?
So the other chapters already went with the other Xavier person.
Well, it looks like they are using Red Diamond Digital for most things. So the Red Diamond Digital is set up their websites. He is the one who does the tents for Xavier.
I only think would be the quality.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like,
So
who has
I
better
only
quality?
know the quality for the Xavier guy because that's the only thing I see. But that doesn't mean that the other is not quality. I don't know.
But they're happy with what they got.
Right. And so when I did reach out to Kim and ask her, and she said we only use Red Diamond Digital. So that's who the tents are that we have at Xavier.
Let's do it, then maybe they can get a bulk rate or something.
So for the tent, it's $875. That's our rate. Where we are getting a bulk rate is on step and repeat. So we need to make if we're going to make a decision, we need to like actually capture the votes for if we're going to. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying, like, would they compete with the cost from the other company?
Oh, you know what? It doesn't hurt to ask.
That's
We can always ask if they're willing to cut us a break. I saw this on the web the other day, and we can always ask for a discount, but Black owned does not mean discounted. So we do need to pay, we definitely need to pay for this wunderful service and product. However, I would like to see if we can get if we can get a little shaved off. I don't know that they're gonna price match us to the tune of $150, but if they will, if we're saying we want to go with them, that's great. If we can get them to come down, that's great as well. I am more partial to supporting the Xavierite as well, so I will say that. But again, it is your money, so we need to take a vote on ultimately which tent we're going to choose.
I think that Xavier has probably, since they're dealing with them, they have probably gotten a good price. You know, and since it's bulk orders that they're gonna be placing, and we're gonna, other alumni chapters, I think they probably gave us a good price.
Most likely, but we're not. So for the tents, that we were the only one going for a tent right now. Most people are trying to get their step and repeats. A lot of people have to change their information over since they've done away with the logo. So we have to get our items branded. So where we can get the discounted items are on the step and repeats, retractable pop-up banners, and table covers. We're getting those discounted at 15%.
I make the motion that we vote on the tent from digital.
Red Diamond Digital.
Red Diamond Digital.
Second.
So it's been moved and seconded that we go with the tent,
Vote on it.
that we vote on the tent for Red Diamond Digital. Any questions? Yes.
Mr. Theron, you said that the sturdiness of the other company was better though?
Well, they sell a whole long different line, and the legs, when I looked at the legs were certain. It's just a difference.
So,
But they do that regularly because that is their business. But you just got to take care of either one that you get. They're both going to be basically pop-up tents that are in a case, and you tie them down, strap them down. It's half a dozen of one, 6 of the other.
so here's the thing with the legs. You can make a choice on which size legs on this canopy. The one that they're on sent, I chose the middle size, which was cheaper. But it looks like for you, if you're looking at it, so this is what their legs look like. The cheaper one was the one that he's talking about, where it's just I'm sorry, everybody can't see this. I don't know, I don't have the projector where I can project, but I would love for us to get into a room where we can just project and we have the big screen and stuff in my techie dreams. But I just have it on this. So if anybody wants to see what the legs look like, these are the legs. I don't have a picture of the legs from the ones at Xavier, but I would say I don't think they were the cheaper, smaller ones. It's the same. If anybody's been to homecoming, you see what the tents look like. So it's not the thinner one, but I don't know. I didn't even think of that, but I don't know how to describe them to you. But not the little ones like what you buy at Walmart, if that makes sense. More questions? All right, then. All those in favor of moving forward with Red Diamond Digital, raise your hand. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 9. All those opposed to moving forward with Red Diamond Digital? Any abstentions? So there was 1 opposed, 2 abstentions. Ayes have it. All righty. The next thing we need to make a financial decision on are the step and repeats. So I sent those around so that you can look at them. The cost of the step and repeat, they're regularly $549. With the discount, it's $467 because several chapters are trying to buy step and repeats that have the shield on it. So what we would need to make a decision on is which design of step and repeat that we're moving forward with. Oh, let me say this, because like, why are we moving forward with the step and repeat? We need to brand ourselves. So as we have events, we don't currently have anything that shows up that says this is the DMV chapter, DC Alumni chapter, anything like that. And so we need to move forward with branding ourselves, but it's a singular expense because the shield is the shield and it's not going away. I love saying that. So the shield is the shield, it's not going away. So we do need to move forward. This is a one-time expense that we'll incur. We're not going to incur it every year. Similarly with the tent, we're not going to incur it every year. So we get it the one time and we're able to use it again and again. If we have picnics, if we have, when we go to the HBCU walk run, we'll be using our tent there. When we have events like the Mardi Gras Ball and things like that, if we ever did step away from Dillard, then we would have our own separate step and repeat. Because right now our step and repeat, we only have the one that's branded with Dillard. We don't have anything just for us.
Can we get this back in time for the ball?
Yes. Wait. Yes. Let me make sure. We might not get it back in time because I just realized how close our ball is. We might not have it back in time for our Mardi Gras ball that's coming up on the 13th.
We're still doing it with Dillard, so we need to keep the one that we have.
Right, and maybe some Xavier Rice want to take a separate picture. Yeah. Yeah, why are you shaking your head, Ma?
No, I don't think that Xavier has to use the one with Dillard if they have their.
Yeah, we can, because if you want to take a picture in front, I don't see anything wrong with that. But I'm not sure that we get it back in time for April 13th. So I'm gonna say that's a probably not.
But it's okay, you'll have it moved forward for the next.
But it would be 467. Do you have any preference on these designs?
Yes.
So, okay, so design number 1. Anybody for design number 1? I need you to raise your hands because I didn't even really look at them. So if y'all not for design number 1? Oh, you already know which one you want? Design number 2? No, nobody was for design number 2. Design number 3? Oh, okay, it's like that. Okay. Let me see. Design number 3. Was anybody not for design number 3?
Everybody, could you hold your hand up again one more time, please?
Okay, I'm not.
Everybody.
Everyone present.
I'm abstaining because I didn't look.
Are we gonna
Was
put
any-
DMV chapter?
So we would need to make a decision on if it says,
That's just a mock-up. They'll have
This is-
DMV, they'll say
right.
DMV Sky. You got to decide the words, New Orleans, DMV, or whatever, so.
do we want it to say DMV chapter?
It's gonna, don't we have, what did we say?
What's our official name?
DMV Club 5, where the New Orleans is.
Okay, that's fine.
Do we want DMV Club 5 or just DMV or just Club 5?
Well, according to the National Alumni Association, they call us, because they have unified the name of the different clubs, they have identified us. We used to use Club 5 because that's when we were using numerical numbers for the clubs. It didn't mean by the order that they came into existence, but that was the way we did it, okay? So, but now the alumni office and the XULA, National Alumni Association, has decided to unify by location. And so that's why they give us the DMV designation, District, Maryland, Virginia. And so you can say DMV Alumni Chapter, but I don't think we can use Club 5 really legitimately. But we keep it on some of the things we have because it's like a, feel-good kind of designation. Plus it's on our bank account. We don't want to go through changing that and stuff like that. We can use it like that, but you can decide what you want to do with it. But I think Xavier has decided that we are DMV chapter.
Well, that's what they've been calling us, DMV, and sometimes they just say DC, but I don't want to do that. Because I don't live in DC. I live in Maryland. So I'm fine with DMV Alumni Chapter. So this is what we're going with. We need an actual vote. I appreciate that everybody has voted that they want number 3. And so this is what I'll relay, but we need a vote to spend your money. So we need a vote, need a motion to purchase.
I know that we received that we purchased that second repeat.
So move by Jamila, second.
Okay, so it's been moved and seconded that we purchase a step and repeat. All those in favor?
Aye.
I need you to raise your hand so we can get a count since we're gonna spend your money.
You can't vote.
Well, I can vote.
You cannot vote.
I'm a
You only
financial
vote
member.
In case of a tie.
Oh.
Mr. Presiding.
Oh, you know that. I like it, but it matters. Okay, all those opposed? Any abstention? All right,
Just want to order,
yeah,
because it's come up several times.
yes.
That, what you said about the bank account is in DMV, club number 5.
It doesn't say DMV at, it doesn't say DMV at all.
Well, no matter which way it says, you can go to the bank and add some DBAs on there if we're gonna be, taking some checks. Because sometimes people want to just say XULA DMV. If you do that, then as long as you register that with the bank, they'll be able to process those checks as well in case somebody mails it in or sends it in and does with the exact wording on there.
Okay.
We do that in the same.
All right, well, the motion carries. And that is it for the step and repeat. Was there, I don't believe I had any other business on here. What I would like for us to do, because there are some new people in the room, and this is at the end, but I would like for you to introduce yourself and your year. Oh, wait, we have another thing. Oh, from the DC, okay.
Yeah, that's some updates from the HBCU Alliance. So they do have a STEM workshop that will be on Saturday, April 27th. If anyone is interested, I can provide you with more information about that. They do have a volunteer opportunity coming up at the Ronald McDonald House in DC on April 24th from 10 to 12 p.m. They are asking for 8 volunteers. So as we spoke about earlier, we do have the HBCU Walk Run. There are some flyers here that you can pass out to people, so I will leave these on the table. And also they will be having at the HBCU Black Tie Gala, September 20th. So more details will come out about that. That's also an opportunity for us to raise money for the chapter because part of those funds, we will receive money for that. September 20th. So as far as their financial information, so according to their account, we have an outstanding check in the amount of $208.38. So they will be sending us another check, which the treasurer says she sent that out this week. So if someone could check the mailbox, she would like all of those checks to be cleared by the end of the month.
I promise you, I'm going right from here straight to the post office.
No.
No, we didn't get the money from the rum walk. If we would have gotten the money from the rum walk, that was about that was over $1,000 that we didn't
Give
receive.
me any details as far as where the money came from, but it is $208. So if someone could just get that and make sure that it is taken to the bank by the end of the month.
Today, it'll go today.
So
So,
also, they did vote on the MOU, and I can give you the requirements that we will have to meet in order to receive our money. So for the HBCU Alumni Walk, Run, and Community Day, each participating alumni chapter should actively participate on race and standing committees, should provide a minimum of 3 volunteers for the Walk, Run, and Community Day. Of the 3 volunteers, 1 volunteer must assist on the day of the event, and 1 must participate on an event committee. All volunteers must check in with the volunteer coordinator prior to departure from the The volunteer can be an active alumnus in your alumni chapter, friend, family, or coworker that is representing your school. For the Black Tie Gala, each participating alumni chapter should sell a minimum of 3 tickets, and the tickets are $150. And for revenue sharing methodology, so total revenue includes all monies received, including sponsorships, registrations, vendor fees, and donations. Revenue from specific chapter donations and Greek give back are not subject to sharing. Formula for distribution of chapter funds. Total revenue minus total expenses equals gross profit or loss. Gross profit or loss minus 15% of the gross profit loss from the specified event equals net profit loss. The net profit loss divided by total participants equals the net profit loss per person. And the net profit loss per person times the total number of chapter registrants equals the chapter net profit. So I'm sure once we actually have our number, we can kind of do those numbers and make sure it's correct. And the use of proceeds, the total amount of proceeds received by the chapter from the HBCU Alumni Walk, Run, and Community Day and the HBCU Alumni Black Tie Gala and any chapter revenue generating events will be used for scholarship or financial support for students that attend the supported college university. All revenue checks must be cashed by December 31st, 2019. So this is a document that they're going to send to us, and then we have to sign in order for us to get it.
so for those volunteer things that they are talking about, are they going to send out, because how do we sign up?
They will be sending out a volunteer sign up. So I have actually volunteered to be on one of the committees, so that volunteer obligation is taken care of. So we definitely have to have those 3 volunteers and 1 person at least have to be there on the day of the race.
Okay. Well, we'll have a tent so we can sit out in comfort for volunteer on race day. So that'd be great. So then regarding the HBCU Alumni Alliance, we got an email this week. I forgot to share that. but the meeting has changed for the month of April, and it's gonna be on April the 7th. And from 3 to 5 in a different location. And if anybody's able to go, that's great, but I said that I would go since it's like, they just changed it. So if anybody's able to go on April the 7th, it's updated on our calendar. But I will also be in attendance at that event since they changed it over. Okay. Oh, now I would like for you to introduce yourself, who you are, what year you graduated, and I guess what you currently do. I'll start. Hi, my name is Denise Dunn. I graduated in 1998 with a degree in psychology. I currently work in technology as a project manager. Oh, wait, let me turn the camera around so people can see you. No.
I'm Larry Autism, class of 2004. I got my degrees in math and computer science. I'm a mathematician.
I'm Greg Lee, class of 1996, graduated mass communications. This is my second tour of DC. I left 15 years ago, and now I'm back, and I'm a senior manager editor of the new sports subscription site, The Athletic, where I run the DC and Baltimore sites.
Hi everyone, my name is Sabrina. I graduated class of 2015 with a degree in history. I currently work for the Girl Scouts as a membership specialist.
Fantastic. Your turn.
All right, hello everybody. My name is Andre Parker. I graduated from Xavier in 2009, and I am in accounting, and I am a budget analyst.
I am Darren Markadell. I graduated in '83 in physics. I'm a logistics and mail specialist for federal contractor. We handle that the same.
Yes, I'm Monica Mercadale, parents.
She's a fox, I'm a fox.
Yeah, she's a fox.
I'm Jamila Terry, class of 2000, biology major, multi decision.
Denise Turo, Nicholas, class of 1963.
Ryan Sebastian Hobson, class of 94, graduated in English and French, and I'm a professor of French at Marymount University.
Lavon Catherine, class of 2004, biology major, and I'm a veterinarian.
Brandy Howard, class of 2009, biology major, and I currently work as managed care associate.
Nisha Mitchell, class of 2004, biology major. I am a critical care educator.
Reggie Salter, graduated in 95. I'm a dentist and professor at Howard University.
Leonard Lightfoot, graduated 2004, computer engineering, currently senior technical advisor for the Department of Defense.
Is that it? Is it? You didn't introduce yourself.
James, you want to get your flowers?
James Mitchell.
You're a fox? So I just want, if you haven't had a chance, if you met somebody new today, that's great. Feel free to shake a hand, make a friend, take a donut, take another cup of coffee, buy some coffee, buy some materials, because it's going towards Give Love Xavier. And I hope to see you guys at trivia night. If you're going, if I don't see you at trivia night, I definitely hope I see you at Give Love Xavier Day. And with that, the meeting may adjourn. Thanks online.
Don't forget, you can pay your dues online or you can pay by check. And if you do pay